Welcome to a very special Commodore Call today. I am with the birthday boy, Aron Salzberg, on his 20th birthday here at Gov Fuller Field. Now, Falmouth faces the Brewster Whitecaps on the hill for Falmouth. Bryce Montez de Oca out of University of Missouri. Aron, how's he done since his last start?
He's done very well. He threw a bullpen a few days ago. He got a lot better in the windup, which he said, what was the problem his last start out. He got more confident, more reps, threw the ball well in his bullpen. He said he's ready today to take on the Brewster Whitecaps.
Head coach Trundy shaking up the lineup a little bit to move Falmouth out of last place in the Western Division. What did you change? What did you notice out there?
At this point of the season, you got to do whatever you can to start winning ball games. He moved J.J. Magic to the one hole where he was last game. J.J. is one of the hottest hitters in the league. He's an all-star. So having him in the leadoff spot should spark the offense, and hopefully they could get back on track tonight.
Michael caught up with head coach Trundy here on Sunday Conversation.
Here on Sunday Conversation, joined by Falmouth Commodores manager Jeff Trundy. Coach, thanks again for joining us.
Not a problem. Enjoy it.
Yesterday, the All-Star Game. You've been doing this for a while. How did yesterday's All-Star Game differ from the other ones you've been a part of?
Well, I don't think there was quite as much hitting sometimes as you see. Obviously, it's usually dominated by pitching, but I think even more so yesterday. And there were some kids that had some great at-bats. I thought both J.J. and Heath had good at-bats, the first time through. With not necessarily anything to show for it numbers-wise, but certainly showed that they're good hitters. And I thought Tribb had a good inning and, kind of got victimized a little bit by the era. But, all in all, I thought it was a good day.
What's the atmosphere like being on the field, 5,100 fans in the stands? What's that like?
Well, to be honest, I think you kind of get absorbed in what the kids are doing, and I think hopefully the kids get absorbed in the game itself and really enjoy that facet of it. It's nice. It's kind of a situation that's unique, because it's not your typical Cape League game. It's more of a showcase type atmosphere, and but I think it was a great day, like I said, for the players first and foremost.
Now, for the rest of the guys on the team, it was a bit of an off day. Team comes in losing 4 in a row, 1-5-1 after a 4-game winning streak. What's turned for this team?
Well, I think once again, we're struggling to be able to get the hits in key places, and I think overall we've pitched fairly well, and for the most part I think we played good defense. We just got to get some hits with guys in scoring position, and the guys are trying. And sometimes I think if anything they're trying too hard again, and it's something you can't force. You just got to go in there with a good approach and have a plan, and hopefully things work for you.
Looking back, a week ago, we were both in Hyannis doing the same thing, and that game, a bit of a turn at the end, ended in a tie. How did that affect your team?
Well, I think it was disappointing to everyone, but I don't think it affected us as we move forward. I think, I think we're good at getting to the next day. We talk about taking everything one day at a time and literally one pitch at a time. So I don't think it affected us as we move forward. It was a disappointing evening, to go into the last inning and have a 5-run lead and then come out of there with a tie was no question. It was frustrating, but I think, the bright part of that was I thought we really competed after they tied us, and we competed before that. We had one bad inning, and I thought we had a great game up until that point, and then afterwards, we had some guys that pitched very, very well and pitched themselves out of jams and got us the tie.
Mentally, how does this team, the players, compare to others that you've had in the past?
Well, each team kind of makes its own identity, and I think this group is kind of overall a quiet group. We've had some groups before that have been, a little bit more verbal, to say the least. But every team has its own identity, and this one has been a great bunch of guys that I think enjoy one another and understand, what's really important. At least I really believe they do. They are invested in each other, and they're having fun. And I think a great test is you don't hear a lot of guys talking about getting it over with. So that to me is very pleasing when you can get a group of kids to come together in the summer and after a grueling, school season. It's important that they feel great about the summer and that, they're in no hurry to get out of here.
Coach, 8 games left. The summer is starting to come to an end. What does this team need to do to make that playoff push?
Well, I think we have to do what you just mentioned, Michael. I think we have to be able to get some hits to the guys in scoring position and then once again continue to hopefully get good pitching and play good defense. And, that's what it always comes down to. I think we had talked earlier about, timely hitting and good pitching and good defense usually ends up being successful for you. And, if we can do that through a stretch of games, then we'll be in good shape. If not, we'll know that we went about business the way that we should. And I think you have to, be comfortable with the fact that you've approached things in a way that, should be successful, and the kids feel good about themselves and going to be better when they go back to school.
Coach, appreciate the time.
My pleasure.
Once again, that's Falmouth Commodores manager Jeff Trundy on another Sunday Conversation.
Now, Falmouth is in 5th place in the Western Division as of today, facing the number 2 team in the Eastern Division. How does Falmouth come away with the win?
It's at that point of the season where things are starting to get tough. You're starting to go out every day, getting a little tired. So you got to keep it a little more fun, play defense, hit the ball, just have some fun, get your swagger back, and hopefully have some fun, and it'll lead to a victory.
All right, you can check out Falmouth's swagger beginning at 5:30, audio pregame at 5:15.